check this out later. All right, so basically today, all right, so let's work on the connection between USACO and the mobile application development, right? Okay. The reason why it is because by the end of the day, you need to implement the USACO algorithm at a user interface, right? And you want the algorithm to benefit people's life. And this is one good example here. All right, so today is March 22nd. All right, so still a good connection between between USACO algorithm and mobile app development, right? All right, there we go. So let's check this out. And since we have already learned this question already, right? So therefore, I'll be doing it directly, right? So we're passing two parameters. One is the size. Another one is going to be the string itself, right? Okay. So first of all right? So we need to have a for loop here, and this is less than n here, right? And then for j loop is in 0, 2 dots less than n as well. All right. And then right here, what we need to do is create a G counter. So the G counter starts with, let's say it's integer, it starts with a 0. And I forgot in right here. Good. And then in the meanwhile, I also need to have a H counter that is from 0 as well. And then what do I need to do? All right. So for these, all right, I need to check. All right. So for instance, if yeah, I also need to turn the string to an array. So let A is going to be array of what? Array of S. Okay, there we go. And then if A period or the current position, right, is equivalent to a what? It's equivalent to a yeah, to a G, right? And then G increased by 1, and else is H increased by 1, right? Okay. Now for these, I guess it should be no problem, right? It should be definitely for sure, right? And then what do we need to do next? We need to check if it is it's a lonely photo, right? By the definition, it's going to be at least a 3, length of the 3. So therefore, it is going to be what? It is going to be if a g plus h is bigger than or equals to 3, and in the meanwhile, I guess these ones are going to be and, right? This one's and what? So this one is and um, g is a 1 or h is a 1, right? And it is considered to be it is a lonely photo here, and then plus 1, right? Okay, and then we have these here. And then it's basically this is all we need, right? So then we can solve this problem in terms of a USACO fashions here, right? Okay. But what if we want to use like some of the visual stuff here, right? Okay, so for instance, then definitely we need to visualize the string, right? So therefore, it's going to be show, right? So for this one, I guess I'll be using the same parameters here, right? Okay, and I'll be doing a single loop here, 0 less than n, and then do what? So then I need to have a box to be UI, let's say maybe UI button, and this is UI button, right? And I need to, well, place it on the board, right? But before that, I'll be just a view period out subview. I'll be adding box right here. And the box period frame is going to be CG rect, and I'll be adding is X and the Y coordinates here, right? So, and then I'll just have some empty parameters arguments here. Okay. And then right here, height is going to be this as well. And definitely I can define my width and height somewhere else right here. So therefore, W is going to be a CG float as well. And I have my what? I guess this is all I want, right? So therefore, this is these, and X and Y coordinates. So I need to define that, right? So let X 4 is going to be CG float. That's based on the what? Based on the CG float of I, and then multiply by what? Multiply by dimension, and also multiply by uh, an interval here, right? A little gap, and then maybe plus an initial position, right? Okay. And then I'll be passing this one here. And since it's a single line, right? So, but eventually I need to turn it around. But right now I'll just use X coord. And then for Y coordinate, probably I'll just use 200 here. Good. This is basically good enough. And then box period background color. So initially it is going to be a gray color, or yes, a gray. And you can also definitely do a little modifications here. So for instance, a layer period, corner radius, and then it is going to be maybe 5, and a box period, a layer period border width is going to be 2, box period, a border, uh, let's say maybe color is going to be UI color period. Let's see what color is a good color here. This is a 5. And let's say this one is going to be light gray, right? Light gray. And then I guess it's all good. No CG color rate. Okay. And then what do I need to do? I guess this is probably oh, and then box, yeah, box period set the title, right? And title is going to be I need to pass that from where? Pass that from the string. So therefore, let ARR equals array of S here, right? Okay. And then I can get array of current one, and then normal. And then I guess this is everything I want here. And then I'll just call the show. It's going to be 5 string. It's going to be GHGHG with, I guess, probably I just want maybe a 30 for now. And then let's check this out here. And then just in case you forget, how do we set up the initial view controller? Window period equals UI window, and the window scene rate, this is SC. Okay. The window period root view controller is going to be view controller, and the window period make a key invisible. And let's run this code one more time, right? Okay. Uh, Wait a sec. Developer disk image cannot be mounted to a device. Oh, never mind. I'll just use a simulator here. All right, run the code for me, please. All right. And in the meanwhile, so I'll be showing you Mark's work again. All right. So this is a social media platform. Okay. This social media platform also has a chat systems here, right? Okay. And therefore user is able to send a message from different device. So for instance, this user is, okay, whatever this guy, all right? So the username is a JJ, right? And then I'll be sending a message from my real device. And all right, Alex, give me a vocabulary. What vocabulary you want to give me?
So word.
A word,
Uh,
maybe a SAT word. All right, let's say fantastic. All right, okay, fantastic. All right, send. And let's see that. Okay, fantastic, right? And yes, and I'll be sending another message, maybe an emoji. You see that emojis here, right? Good. So this chat system is fully functional, and we're adding AI, Chat GPT, large language model as well. It's actually we're building our own Chat GPT. It's a large language model. All right. Okay. So always think about future training, right? And this is very important. All right. And I can tell you, there's a lot of USACO algorithm involved at mobile application development. All right. Okay. Uh, what is going on here? All right. So then we have GHGHG, right? Next step is we definitely want to check how many HGHG over there, right? Okay. So therefore, I guess for some reason, I want to have like a bar, like maybe result. Okay, result is going to be what? A UI button objects array here, and then I'll be having result period append. I'm going to append the box here, right? Okay. Whenever I visualize these, I can do the work here, right? And then I can calculate the whatever the string, right? And for these, I guess I can also have something like maybe another one. Is this a good choice? So I'm trying to probably just combine these two methods together here, right? Okay. And definitely what I can do is probably um, I need to have a I need to have like a var content, right? Content is going to be a string. And I don't know what it is, right? Then I can put it here and then just replace by that, right? Okay. And then usually we want to keep all of these variables really neat, right? Okay, really neat. And then we can pass this one here, and definitely we can print out the results here, right? And the question is, do I really need an I here? Uh, Probably I don't need, right? Because this is just an indicator, so I think I can just remove that, right? And now next step is let R equals work, and now I'll be passing N, and this one is going to be content, right? And now I'll be print R right away. And let's see, uh, can I maybe have something better result here, right? Okay. Uh, All right, it's a five, right? So this is exactly the result we want. Next step is probably we want to list all the yes, we want to list all the what? All the lonely folder arrays like a GHG and HGHG and a GHG and a blah blah blah, right? Now it is going to be a little bit you need to think, all right, how would I handle that, right? Okay. So now since we have that and we have these result already here, right? Okay. And then you gotta think, all right, how would I handle this, right? So firstly, we need to have like a level, right? Level is going to be integer. That is going to be from 0, right? Okay, so whenever I find, or I guess I can simply use the CNT to handle the level rate because what I really want to do is I wanted to place 1, 2, 3 right here, right? And then yes, it's a 5, right? There's a 5 long. No, 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 no. I guess this isn't. Yes, it's a 3, right? Okay, it's a 3. So therefore, there's something wrong with this algorithm here. And then I need to find what is wrong with that. Let's see that. G plus 1, H plus 1. H plus G bigger than 3. Okay. And if G is a 1, and if H is a 1, so I count by 1. Uh, let's see that. Okay. Uh, so I needed to find probably H plus 1. What's the matter of that? What's the matter? Oh, you know what? So this one is the inner loop, right? The inner loop? Okay, the inner loop is so J. Okay, so this is I and the J is oh, you know what? I think this one is going to be I plus one, right? So I need to push it forwards a little bit. Otherwise, it will recount itself. So therefore that no no no. Actually no. No 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 no. This one is supposed to be I, right? Otherwise I will be recounting lots of stuff, right? It's yes. I da 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 I da 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 I da da da, right? Yes. It's supposed to be this. Zero doesn't make any sense to me. Yes, there we go. Good. Okay. All right. So see, this is a USACO algorithm, right? Okay, you gotta think again and again, and you do not memorize the solution, right? If you memorize solution, and that's not going to work, right? Good. So there we go. So now we need to think of that. So three dot dot dot, right? So three dot dot dot. So therefore, whenever there is, okay, and I guess probably. We'd love to also create a var map. Okay, now it is getting interesting here. I have a UI buttons here, right? Okay, and I have that, and let BT equals UI button, right? Okay. And whenever it is, right, I need to add it to the temp. So for instance, that simply means I find a good locations here, right? And okay, and then do what? So for instance, the button right here, it has the current, it has is a current um this one is actually from where? It's actually from the result, right? It's from the result. So therefore, I guess BT is replaced by result, right? Result of current J. Yeah, it makes sense. So therefore, it's going to be a var. And then I have that, right? So I need also to push it. I need to push it, right? I need to push it. Temp period append BT. Okay. Therefore, I can accumulate this stuff, right? Okay, and this stuff, right? Good. And whenever it is done, okay, whenever it is done, okay, I needed to do what? I needed to, seems like I need to display it on the board, right? So therefore, but I also need to like, and therefore BT is a frame. Uh, BT is a frame. Yeah, what is BT is a frame? BT, I need to turn BT's centers of X, no, Y, into, no, increase by what? Increase by CG float of what? Of CNT. It is because I need to shift it down, right? Um, 1 times itself, so times W. Yes, times um, period, frame period height, right? Height, good. Yeah, looks good to me. And then add it to the temp. So therefore, that is the next round. And whenever it is all good right here, right? So that simply, it is a lonely photo, but I need to place it on the board. So I need to have 4K in, uh, let's say 0, 2 dots less than temp period count. Yep. And then view period, add the sub view, and it's going to be temp of K, right? Looks pretty neat to me, I guess. Yeah, yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Okay, and then I have work here, so that means, yeah, I think I can run this code right away. Let's see what is going on. Yes, okay. Oh, that is a bit mess. Uh, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Um, but looks like, all right, I just shifted it down for some reason. So therefore, I guess I need to have a var. This is maybe clone. The clone is going to be UI button. All right. So always because, okay, I assigned a reference to that. I need a new one here. So this one, whenever it is done, right? So what I really need to do is add this one here. The work is I need to do what? I think I'll be okay. Okay, I will be doing what? I'll be doing clone, right? Clone is going to be the result. Just assign the value to it. Just as, do I really need to do this? And these ones are going to be clone, all right? I need a clone for sure. Uh, and a CNT plus one. CNT is always going to be that. So, eh, but for these, hmm, for these, I really doubt it is because this is J, right? Okay, this is J. What if I run this code one more time to see what is going on? Okay. Okay, still that. GHGHG. I don't want it to mess up with the original one. So that simply means I have a result here. I have a result, and the work is a colon. Okay. These ones are these, and okay. If this one is a G, I'll be adding it, and a BT is going to be clone. Hmm, but do I really need that? I think probably I don't, because if I do these, it will mess up the stuff. Um, no, I don't need it actually. So no, this one is I don't like. I actually need what? So BT pierce a frame. This is actually what I really need to have, right? So CG rect. And this one, I need X and Y coordinates. Um, but I can have X equals what? X equals clone, right? Clone of J period center period X. And I can also get Y is Y. Because I guess I just need it. I don't want to, yeah, yes, exactly. Height, I guess I can use W. This one is going to be frame period height, right? And I guess, hmm, Y is going to be Y. Width is going to be W. Height is going to be W. Okay. Looks pretty good to me. So these are these, and then I have that. Edit, show it, reset. Let's give it a go. Yes, let's give it a go. Okay, BT never changed. Ah, okay, then I don't have these. Oh, okay. BT period, background color, UI color period. This time I want maybe, let's see, green. Okay, because I have a green over there. So I think I want some green color. And let's see that BT. Yes, then I have this really, really what I want here. This one, da da da. Oh yeah, it is, right? It is. It is. This is exactly what I want. Good. Okay. And but Y coordinates, I guess I just need a little, right? And I guess probably now. Okay, now I can simply copy this and right here. All right. This one I want a black. And for the border, I really want that to be green. And I also want BT period um, title, set a title color, right? I want that actually to be UI color period green, right? This is normal. And then, yes, guess we can do it now, right? Good. All right, da 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 da. And then I need to assign the what? So BT period set a title, right? Set a title. And that is going to be from where? That is exactly the a squared bracket of j, right? And the normal. And for the actual coordinate, I guess probably I also need to plus a little. Hmm, I need to plus. It has it has these. Oh, it has maybe plus five, and therefore I can have that a little margin, right? Okay, and then I guess this will do. Uh, Maybe a little deviation. I want that. Oh, no, no, no. Well, actually, I don't want actually. Actually, I don't want this one here. I need to modify that by minus five. Shift it back, right? Then let's give it a go. And okay, I am asking myself. So this one is the center. Oh, you know what? I also need to subtract. I need to subtract what? I need to subtract W from the equation. Well, it is because center is that, and then this one is actually probably I need to slash two, and then therefore you can have a better visuals here, right? Yes. So center and a shift to halfway, therefore it's just like, yes, one, two, one, therefore. Then we have that, right? Good. Yeah, this is how would you visualize a USACO questions here. And we can try more data here, right? So for instance, such as maybe G, H, 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 H. It is how many? I have one, two, three. It's going to be three, right? So let's run this code. But yes, it's a three. It is actually it's a three lonely photo as well. So now it has GHH. Do I have? Yes, I also have three, but okay, GHH, and then GHHHH. Okay, and then okay, so this is good, but GHHH is a three. It is a three. Can I do one more? Can I do? Yes, because it has a three layers, right? These ones are going to be more. These ones are going to be more. No? Oh, wait a second. Oh, you know what? Okay, I need to change this one as well. This one. So therefore, that n is going to be content period count, right? So therefore, I'll just put n right here and then right here. Yes. One, two, three. This is six, right? Yeah. Okay, this is going to be yeah, exactly what we really need to have, right? Da da da. And you can also change that maybe a little bit complex here. Therefore, you can definitely uh visualize a USACO question here, right? Yes. This will sufficiently help your overall understanding of USACO programming, right? And you can also create uh, a result console here, right? To show how many lonely photos here, right? And for that's pretty easy. So that is what? So let display maybe result. box is going to be UI label, right? And then this is all your old knowledge, right? And then UI label, return LB, right? And for that, you do need to have a function set up UI here, right? And then now what you need to do is basically, uh, why don't you go over this a little bit? So this is false, right? Okay. And then for the UI, you can definitely just copy. Um, yes, definitely you can copy this code here, right? And then turn these LB, 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 right? Okay. And then do what? Firstly, view period add a subview, and you're adding the display result. It's a result box, right? And then you set up result box locations here. So you have a top anchor, right? It's a constraint, right? Constraint result box period uh constraint, right? Result box period constraint. Why I don't have that? Do I have result box, right? Result box. Here is the top anchor, right? Here is the constraint equals to view period safe area. Yes, safe area layout guide and 100 pixel is active to be true. And then you set up the trailing, right? The trailing anchor, the trailing anchor. This is also the trailing anchor, trailing, trailing, trailing anchor, trailing anchor. And these ones are going to be maybe -10. And for that, you can set up the height anchor constant, probably just the 40, exactive to be true. This is all good, right? But you also need to have the setup, right? And then do what? I guess you have set up, this is what, top anchor. And right here, you do need to um, upload the code to the label, right? So result uh, box period text is going to be what? It is actually be um, this little guy, right? It's actually be this little guy because it's the number of what? This is a var, maybe uh count of lonely photo, right? Lonely, lonely, lonely photo, right? Is going to be integer, starts with a 0, and whenever it is done, I guess you can pass the data to it, right? So this is the number. What is that? Count, right? Count of only photo is going to be R. And right here, since these ones are already in the system, and I guess you need to, yes, you need to call this one here, right? And then pass yeah, the R is outside, right? Okay. So for that, how will we better handle that? I guess, I guess why don't we call this a method inside the setup UI, right? Okay, so therefore, put it in, right? And then have that. So this one's going to be what? This one's going to be R. And then it's supposed to be working. But this one, we don't actually need it. It is because we don't use the console anymore. We're using the visual stuff here. But again, so the R, this one is not found, right? So I guess, um, there are any better way. Okay, I want that, okay, to be here. This one's good. Okay, I have this data. Um, this box, okay, I would just let it go right here. All right, good. Okay, there we go. Well, actually, I can put everything in one. Yeah, it's 8. Okay. Too tiny, too tiny. So therefore, my recommendations is probably set a width anchor, right? Or maybe I want a leading anchor, right? It will just stretch it. You will just stretch it, and then, well, I guess it's much better. Oh, wait a second. Leading anchor, views leading anchor. Well, in the meanwhile, I guess I will just turn LB text alignment to be center, and then let's check this out. Or one thing you want to learn from me is you have to talking while you're programming, right? As you can see, I keep talking like 1 hour straight ahead, right? Okay, because it will just will make my mind a bit clear, right? Because okay, I want to do this. Okay, I really need to do this, right? And then I do it. And if you do not talk, eh, I mean, you don't have to, but yeah, some people don't talk while they're programming. I don't talk while I'm programming if I'm doing it by myself, right? Okay. But since I'm teaching you, I keep talking, right? But sometimes I'll be talking while I'm programming as well. It's sometimes I really need to clear my mind. And yes, okay, there we go. And I guess right here, so this is eight, right? And you can also add what? You can also add input console to update this UI. Therefore, you don't have to um, launch the code again, right? Okay, there we go. And then I'll be forwarding this code to you, and I want you to work on this. So now it's a combination of a USACO and what? And mobile application development. But in the meanwhile, I also want you to work on some lead code problem here, right? Okay, lead code problem. And that is always going to be lots of great inspirations. There we go. Good.